We have Mexico, I understand, okay, why we go and why we try to help out. We have Russia. Help me to understand Europe. Help me to understand Rome, the center of the known world 2,000 years ago. Christianity spread in a powerful way, especially there. Why are we going to Europe?
A lot of big, beautiful churches that are empty, and there's almost zero spiritual life within those places. Starting from green, very evangelical, and then you go into red, areas where you get killed for preaching the gospel. We want our church and the mission projects we're involved in to be part of our family.
Yep.
This is what we do. The church is there to send missionaries to the field, and we want to keep doing that as a church.
So Vitaly, you are our director of missions at the church. And we just wanted to sit down and have a little bit of a conversation. We're starting off a lot of mission projects within the church, but I did want you to take some time and maybe explain what's our mission when we talk about missions. What is our vision for it? What is our philosophy? There's a lot of different organizations that we can partner with. There's a lot of different things that we can do in terms of missions. But maybe talk to, here's our vision for missions and how we partner with churches and things like that.
Sure. Well, let's start with kind of the vision and where we're going as a church. I think last time I was talking to Paul about, our mission statement and who we are as a church. And I think both of us are in agreement that the mission should belong to a local church, not an organization we outsource missions to. We want our church and the mission projects we're involved in to be part of our family.
Yep.
This is what we do. The church is there to send missionaries to the field, and we want to keep doing that as a church. And over the last couple of years, we have been refining the vision and what we want to do. We have shortened the amount of mission projects we support,
right,
and doubled down on actually mission fields that we want to focus on, specifically with the churches we wanted to partner up with.
Okay.
And we have a fewer churches that we work with directly, but our involvement is a lot deeper.
Yeah. And we want to provide better support for those that we are supporting.
Exactly. Like before, we used to have 6 to 8 missionaries we would support financially. Now that's down to 4 in the future, maybe even 3. But every year we want to get more and more involved with those churches. So we're not just sending them money. We want to send our teams there to work on a short-term and a long-term mission.
Nice. Can you speak to what areas we're kind of serving and targeting? And when you're talking about like those 3 or 4 key areas that we want to zone in on, can you explain what those are?
Sure. So one big area where we have our previous pastor who is serving there, it's in Pskov, Russia. And we have been supporting the church for the last 15 years, or maybe even more. So there's a lot of focus there in that area. There's a few people that we support, and we support our pastor, Viktor Avdeyev, that's there. The second area of our focus is Europe, and we currently have 2 missionaries we support there, one in Poland, and the other one is in Rome, Italy. So Iliadin Luke. He's actually a missionary from US to Rome. He's been serving there for the last 15 years. He used to have a nice life here in America until God has spoke to him and told him to go to Rome and open up churches. So the last 15 years, he built and opened up at least 9 locations that we know of all over Italy.
Yeah.
Yes, and with the main focus on Slavic communities and Slavic churches. But they're trying to kind of build that up also and go after the locals there as well.
Okay, nice. And then the last one, I think we have Mexico as well.
Yes, almost forgot that. So and then Mexico, Pastor Hugo, we've been working with him for many, many years as well. And with him, the way we work there is he is kind of our base. And then every couple of years, we would work with different villages. Yeah. But he's been a great support and a partner with us on that side. So our goal is to partner up with local churches, and our job is to support them at their place of service. Instead of us coming to a place and come up with our own projects, we want to partner up with missionaries that are actually doing a lot of work there, and we want to be of help to them.
Yeah. I think one thing too, when you're talking about like our church and vision with missions or philosophy of missions, is we understand the Great Commission doesn't just stop with go therefore and make disciples. Because we oftentimes just read verse 19 and we don't skip down to the other ones where it says, go therefore and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that I've commanded. So I think that's one key thing that our church sees is the need to partner with those local churches so that when you evangelize, when people get saved, there's a place that they can go back to, there's a place that they're tied into, there's churches that we can check up on. So I think it's fantastic. But I did want to ask you, we have Mexico, I understand, okay, why we go and why we try to help out. We have Russia, and I understand our ties and why we go and why we try to help out. Help me to understand Europe. Help me to understand Rome and why this place that was the center of the known world 2,000 years ago, and actually Christianity spread in a powerful way, especially there. Why are we going to Europe instead of all the other regions that we could go to?
That's a great question, and I think one of the most asked questions we get asked is like, well, Europe is very similar to America. Why are you going to Europe to evangelize? And it's really maybe hard to see it from the side until you go and visit what's happening in Europe. Because when you're there, you see a very different story of what's actually happening with the Christianity in Europe.
Yeah.
If you take Italy as an example, within a Baptist association, there's only a few thousand people in the whole country.
Okay.
In the whole association. Like that just kind of opens up the eyes a little bit. You start digging deeper of any Protestant churches, there's barely anything there. So Europe is very different than America, where in America we can almost talk to anybody about kind of church or which church you go to and you know, what do you do. In Europe, it's actually becoming one of the most unchurched, what's the right word?
Unchurched regions.
Unchurched regions.
Yeah.
And kind of another eye-opening statement was when we went to International Mission Board. It's an organization in Virginia, because we want to partner up with them on our mission field, is that they have a map of the world, and each country and each location is dotted with certain colors, starting from green, very evangelical, and then you go into red, areas where you get killed for preaching the gospel. Europe is very orange.
Okay.
It's not even light green. Not even light green.
Yeah.
There's maybe like a few parts, kind of where like Ukraine was actually a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But when you go like deep into Europe, it's very sad to actually what happened there over a few hundred years, where the place where you go around and you see the presence of Christianity through monuments, history, a lot of big, beautiful churches that are empty. And there's almost zero spiritual life within those places. So that's something that I think we're praying about. Italy specifically, because we have ties to it. That is one of the places that's very unreached. There's a lot of work to be done there.
Okay. So I understand with Italy and the unreached situation. I think in Europe you do see it, and especially in modern times you see the definite need for it. I think we sometimes turn a blind eye to the need around us or places that we think the gospel has reached to. So I understand we're doing a couple big things in Europe this year, and it's kind of to plan for the future. And so maybe if you can share with us some plans that the church has as we try to evangelize and try to help support the churches there.
For the last, I think, 15 years since I've been a mission director in our church, we've became very good at short-term mission trips. And we've done a lot of those throughout Europe on a yearly basis, and in Mexico. That's one of the places we serve. With Europe, one of the things we're trying to kick off right now is a long-term mission trip. We would love to see missionaries from our church to go on a long-term mission trips to the places that we support and we believe in the mission. And Italy is becoming that place for us, where we would love to see a group of younger or older folks that would go there on a long-term mission trip and help in the Adalinuk and his family with the work they're working there, because there's a big need there. So one of the things that we would like to do is to send 3 to 5 people second half of April to July. It's a 2.5 month of trial period. We haven't done this before yet.
Right.
But we believe that's the place where we can feel safe, that they're going to be taken care of. There's a church that we trust. There's a pastor that speaks English. He speaks Russian. He speaks Ukrainian. His whole family is there. They've been there for over 10 years as well. And we can trust our team there that they can be productive. They can do what we send them to do. And that's one of the projects we sponsor financially as a church as well. Right. And this is going to be the next step that we want to do.
Yeah. And then can you also talk about, because I remember us talking a little bit after you came back, just the distances, because you said he has 9 churches that he kind of planned to, and just the distances, so people understand that when they go there, there's a lot of work to be done in a lot of different regions, and it's not just like in one small church.
Yep. So he started his journey kind of, if you see Rome, it's about 3 hours south of Rome.
Okay.
That's where he kind of landed originally, and he planted a few churches there. And then when he expanded to Rome, because there's not a single Slavic church in Rome, as an example.
Okay.
There's barely any churches in Rome that are Protestant. So he started driving every Sunday to Rome, 3 hours.
3 hours, yep.
And then as well to other places around in between too. So he would spend hours and hours driving every week, back and forth. And later on, he purchased a building in Rome. That's a building that's undergoing permitting right now, that he wants to build in a center, like a Slavic center.
Okay.
Specifically Slavics, is because there's a bigger need right now, since with the war that has happened. There's a big influx of people from Ukraine. So there's a lot of work to be done there as well.
Right.
So he's trying to build a community center for people to come, where they can find home, where they can get spiritual help as well, because a lot of people are hurt, just like we see here. And that's kind of one of his vision for Rome. He moved his family to Rome last year as well.
Okay.
So he's there full time. They already have mission activities that they do on a weekly basis, and we would just plug into that.
Awesome.
But the locations where he works, it's all over Italy.
Yeah, you're not going to be bored. You're not going to be stuck in one area. You're going to be working around and helping around where the need is.
And we've been there a few times already and kind of saw what specifically they're working on. And there's definitely a lot of work to be done. And maybe specifically on the projects we wanted to hone in on is, street evangelism. It's a big thing. There's a big need there. Everywhere you go, you hear people speak English, or they speak Ukrainian, or they speak Russian.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity that we would like to kind of help them evolve and make it bigger.
Awesome.
Another opportunity is to work in the colleges that's there. There's a big college in Rome where a lot of American students come to study there. That's one of the areas that we would like to get engaged and work with the students from America, English-speaking students, and evangelize to them as well.
Nice.
Another area that's huge, and I had a lot of success in Europe, is to teach English classes in the evenings.
Okay.
So we would be doing that as well.
Yeah.
At least 2 times a week. That's the plan for now. And then another project that we're also working on is to do an evangelical concert in Rome. So we're working to see if we can make that happen during this period of time we're going to be there. So that could potentially attract 1,000 people or so from Rome. And the outcome of that is still unknown, because that hasn't happened.
Right. But we've done it in Mexico, and you do see some results of it. And again, different context, but you still see the gospel proclaimed and people still getting saved.
Yep, exactly. Especially in the places like Europe, where you don't feel like you're home if you're an immigrant or you moved from Ukraine after the war. Like, you're looking for opportunities to be within a community, right? So this is a great opportunity for us as a church to reach out to those people that are looking for home, or maybe lost, or It's been a few years already, but there's still a lot of people that are still trying to figure their way out and see what's going to happen in the future. So we want to be that home for them.
Yeah.
And there, just like we are that home for them here.
Awesome. So with all of that going on and with the plan from April to July, what type of person are we looking for to send? And what should I kind of expect going to the mission field there?
Sure. So we are looking for 3 to 5 people that are willing to go there for 2.5 months. Our church has allocated a small budget that we can sponsor on those missionaries there as well, for a good chunk of the money that's going to be needed. And I'm hoping to get half boys, half girls.
Okay. Yeah.
So currently we already have 3 girls.
Okay. The guys need to step up.
Yeah. Looking for a few guys that could step up. I mean, there's more. If somebody else wants to join us, welcome.
Yeah.
But ideally, I was thinking 3 to 5 people.
Okay.
And we'll get them engaged into the week of the church, all the activities we spoke about. So if you're a younger guy and you're looking for something to do for 2.5 months, this would be a great project for you, especially if you're a leader. If you're looking to be a leader, if you want to practice that leadership, this is the first project we're going to be doing. So we don't have a lot of experience in that. So we need people that can think on their feet. Yeah. Like we need people that could, lead a team, that could, if things go wrong a little bit, they can figure things out and adapt and change the approach. So I'm calling out for all of those guys that are looking to potentially be a leader.
Yep. I'll say this for guys too, that this is a perfect opportunity if they want to take, like a lot of people, they'll sometimes graduate and take like a gap year, or they'll take like a couple months and go this is like a perfect opportunity for that, because you get to do ministry, you get to do missions, you get to be in local church needs, you get to see all of that. And so again, just to support your point, that is perfect for leadership opportunities.
That's exactly what we did with our daughter. She wanted to go on a mission trip, and we're thinking, okay, what's the best way to do it? And we're like, well, let's take a gap year. Then you can think about your future. Exactly. You can kind of figure out, what it is that you want to do in the future instead of being forced into go to college right away. And it gives you an opportunity to serve and see the world a little bit. At the same time, grow spiritually and be ready for what's out there in the college scenario. So.
Okay, Vitaly, as we wrap up, can you tell us, anybody that's watching, what are the ways to support the mission work that we're doing?
So one of the things that I know will be an issue for a lot of the young folks is, how do I get finances to live there? Because you'll need about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. Yeah, we have a budget that we can fill some of that gap, but they're still gonna need to be doing fundraising. So if there's anybody out there that would like to sponsor a missionary from our church, that's one of the ways you can participate. The music evangelical concert that we're doing, that's going to require a lot of capital as well. So it's expensive to do it, and we want to do it at a kind of a higher quality level as well. And that's another way to support. And just there's going to be a lot of projects that we're going to be working on there while we're there that requires finances. Any material that we need to purchase, anything for project related, there's probably going to be thousands of dollars on a monthly basis that would need to be invested into that.
Okay. So I just want to reiterate that if you want to support, there's a couple different ways. Number one, we ask the whole church and then those watching that you would pray for the missions, pray for the missionaries, pray for them as they go into the mission field and as they proclaim the gospel. That's something that you can do right away. The second thing is, if God puts it on your heart to give, we'll put a link down below the video and I'll take you to springalifechurch.com/give, and you are able to give there towards the mission work and to support these missionaries and the various projects. And then number three is you can actually go. You can get into contact with us and you can say, okay, here's my time and I'm committing this time and I can go to missions and serve there. And so if the Lord puts it on your heart in those three ways to support the missions, we ask that you would.
Maybe the last thing I would add on that is, for those that do want to go on this mission trip to Europe, we're going to start training courses in a few weeks in our church. So reach out to me or to Igor, click on any of the links,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to give you more information about it, because the courses are going to start. We're going to train specifically for this mission trip and everything that's required for you to know to be a value add there.
Awesome. And I think if you're still on the fence, you should still sign up for the classes and still go. And then at the end, you can kind of decide, okay, should I go or should I not?
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Vitaly, it's been great, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you.